Hey guys, so I was thinking, uh, uh, thinking do a small practical on using public Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi we use in cafe, or if we have gone to some hotels and use their Wi-Fi. So how dangerous it can be to use someone else Wi-Fi, and how easily they can access what you are doing over that particular internet. So I will be doing many videos on this, but for today we will only doing a small demonstration, like how dangerous it can be. And so in the coming videos I will be showing you like how you can save yourself from being hacked. So let's get started with this thing. And this is just for educational purpose, and we don't want our viewers to do criminal stuff out of this. So for this I will be using something called as beef framework. So beef is do some kind of cross-site scripting. I will be showing you over the code like how this thing works. So I will open this, and I provide it. So you have to be the root user. You have to provide your root password to run this application, and your application is web based, so it will be running on this particular URL. So I will be copying this URL and I will be opening my Firefox. So till the Firefox opens, we have to create some kind of local server which will run over the particular IP address, which will be our internet IP address. I will paste and go. Okay. So we have to go to cd slash war and cd www. Now go to your HTML folder and ls. So we will be using an index.html file. I've created a small login page demo. So the beef is going to ask for the username and password. For the default username and password is beef only. So you can see that there are this thing, online browser and offline browser. And to run your local server, you have to install Apache server. So just do this thing, apt get install Apache. So I have already installed Apache, so I will just run the Apache server. Okay, it will be Apache 2. Okay, so I will check the status. So we can see that Apache is active and it's running. So now I will do this thing, nanoindex.html. So this is just the HTML CSS file, and this is the username and password and login thing. So the important thing is that this URL, so the hook.js, it's coming from beef framework, so it's kind of JavaScript. So if we include this thing into our code, does someone try to access this particular index.html file, it will automatically give access to that particular browser or that particular window machine or anything. So I will do Control X. So I will run ipconfig, and okay, it will be ifconfig for Linux, and this will be the address on which the application will be accessible in my network. So if I do this thing, if I do, so this is the login form, which is which we have already seen in that index.html file. So it will be available to every user who have joined this particular internet. So if we open Beef, we can see that this browser is accessible through Brief, and we can do many things over here. So for the demo purpose, I have created the virtual machine which is running on Windows 10. So let's say some user, let's say the username is XYZ, and the user went to some cafe and he have accessed their internet. And we have seen many times that to access the internet we have to open some login page, and this for that and we can also do the automatic redirection for this particular link. So I will open that particular domain here. Okay, so we can see that the login form is accessible over here, and this is the complete new user. And if we go back to the Beef, so in some time it will get automatically reflected here that see this. So this is that virtual machine which have accessed our index.html page. So this thing can be very common in cafes or in some kind of hotels. So we just have to be very safe and secure, and we have to see and check what we are doing. So many times we get this kind of login page, and we give our username, and the password is something which we share, can match to our social media accounts or some other sensitive kind of username or password. So let's say this user have access this URL, and if I click on details, we can get every detail of that particular machine. And so if I do the commands, so there are many things we can test. We can check things on browser, do social engineering and exploits. So for this particular video we will be seeing the browser things. Okay, so if I click on get cookie and execute it, so this command it is sending the command to this particular machine. And if we click this, we get the particular cookie, and we can get form values, and we can also send alert dialogues to that particular user. So if I say hacked, and if I do execute, so the user is here, and in some time he will get this kind of notification. So for guys who are not into tech, this can be really very dangerous thing, and it can create trauma from where they have got this kind of notification. So if some kind of things happen to you, so it is the admin who has the access to the Wi-Fi, that guy is doing this kind of things. So we can do many things, and we can play sound, we can access webcam, spider eye. So I will show you this thing, spider eye. So what this thing is going to do, it will take the picture of the victim's browser window. Let's say this user is doing some personal thing. He is accessing its company data, let's say Google. So we can imagine that, let's say that Google is its company personal data. And if I run this particular execute, so this will automatically going to take the picture of the victim's browser window. And if I click on this, so it might take some time to show the exact data what is coming, and we can improve this data. Okay. So likewise, we can access, we can do many things over here. We can check what kind of Chrome extension user is getting, and we can get local storage, we can get session storage. So this thing get local storage and get session storage. It can expose many credentials, like if you have if you have credential like Facebook password or some kind of banking details, it can give user, it can give hacker this kind of detail also. So we will be carrying forward with this thing in the coming videos, and we will be doing things to be so that we can save ourselves from this kind of scenario. And so take care. We will continue this thing in the next video.